Hi, in this episode you will hear a wonderful story puppy in 3 variants, from A1 level to professional. This will improve your listening skills and vocabulary. Let's go.
Sophia is a young girl. She is 10 years old. She lives with her mother in a small town. The town is quiet. There are small houses, trees, and a park. Sophia goes to school every day. She walks to school and walks home. She doesn't talk much. She is shy. She has no brothers or sisters. She has no close friends. She feels lonely sometimes. After school, Sophia likes to walk slowly. She looks at the sky. She watches the birds. Sometimes she picks flowers. She likes quiet places. She likes to think. But one day something changes. It is a cold day in early spring. Sophia is walking home from school. The sky is gray. The wind is cold. She walks near the park. She hears a small sound. It is a soft noise like crying. She stops. She listens. The sound comes from under a bench. Sophia goes to the bench. Under the bench there is a small puppy. The puppy is dirty and thin. Its fur is brown and white. Its eyes are big and sad. It is cold and hungry. It cannot walk well. Sophia looks around. There is no one near. No owner, no people. Just her and the little dog. She takes off her scarf. She picks up the puppy and wraps it in the scarf. She holds it close and walks home. At home her mother is surprised. But she sees the puppy and smiles. "He can stay," her mother says. "But we must take care of him." Sophia is happy. She gives the puppy some milk. She puts down a towel for it to sleep on. The puppy eats and drinks. Then it falls asleep. It looks peaceful and safe. The next morning, Sophia wakes up early. She runs to the puppy. It is awake now. It moves slowly but looks better. She gives it food again. She brushes its fur. She gives it a name, Lucky. Every day, Sophia takes care of Lucky. She gives him food. She plays with him. She takes him outside. Lucky becomes stronger and bigger. He is full of energy. He runs, jumps, and licks Sophia's face. Sophia begins to smile more. When she walks Lucky, people see her. Some neighbors wave hello. Some children stop to play with Lucky. They talk to Sophia. She talks back. She is not shy now. One girl, Anna, lives nearby. She also loves animals. She and Sophia start talking. They walk their dogs together. They sit in the park. They laugh and play. Sophia has a new friend now. Weeks pass. The days are warmer. The sun shines. Flowers bloom. Lucky is healthy and happy. Sophia is different too. She is not alone. She is not sad. She has Lucky. She has a friend. She smiles every day. A small act of kindness changed everything. A girl found a puppy. She helped him. He helped her too. And now both are full of joy.
Sophia was a quiet 10-year-old girl who lived in a peaceful little town with her mother. Life was simple but a little lonely for her. She had no siblings, and although her classmates were kind, she didn't have any close friends. After school, she usually walked home alone, taking her time to enjoy the trees, the clouds, and the soft wind. She liked silence. She often thought about stories and dreams while walking. One chilly spring afternoon, something unusual happened. As Sophia passed the park on her way home, she heard a soft sound. It wasn't the wind. It sounded like someone, or something, was crying. Curious, she stopped and listened closely. The sound came from under a nearby bench. Sophia knelt down and peeked underneath. There, curled up in the dirt, was a tiny puppy. It was shaking and very thin. Its fur was dirty, and its eyes were full of sadness and fear. The poor animal looked weak and alone. Sophia's heart hurt just looking at him. She looked around to see if anyone was nearby. Maybe the puppy had an owner. But no one was there. The street was empty. Sophia gently took off her scarf and wrapped the puppy inside. It didn't try to run. It just lay quietly in her arms. She held it close and walked quickly home. Her mother was surprised when she walked in the door with a dog in her arms. But when she saw the tiny animal, her face softened. "Where did you find him?" she asked. Sophia explained everything. Her mother sighed but then smiled. "Okay," she said. "We'll take care of him. But he's your responsibility." Sophia felt a wave of happiness. She gave the puppy some warm milk, and he drank eagerly. She made a small bed from an old towel, and the puppy curled up and fell asleep almost immediately. She sat next to him, watching him breathe. The next morning, Sophia woke up early. The puppy, now a little stronger, wagged his tail and licked her hand. She laughed and gave him more food. She named him Lucky. From that day on, Sophia took care of Lucky every day. She brushed his fur, fed him, and slowly started taking him outside. Lucky changed quickly. He became healthy, playful, and full of life. Something else changed, too. As Sophia walked Lucky around the neighborhood, people started talking to her. Some smiled and waved. Some children came to pet Lucky, and a few of them stayed to talk. Sophia felt less shy. She started enjoying these little conversations. One of the girls she met was Anna. Anna lived just a few streets away and had a dog of her own. The two girls became fast friends. They began walking their dogs together, laughing and sharing stories. Sophia, who used to be quiet and alone, now had someone to talk to and a reason to smile. Spring turned into summer. The sun shone bright, flowers filled the parks, and Lucky was now a healthy, strong dog. He loved running and playing, and he never left Sophia's side. Sophia's world had changed. She was no longer lonely. All because one day, she heard a tiny sound under a bench, and decided to help. A small act of kindness brought joy into her life. She saved the puppy, and in return, the puppy helped her open her heart and make new friends. Together, they found happiness.
In the gentle rhythm of a quiet town, where days passed like soft clouds across a spring sky, lived Sophia, a thoughtful 10-year-old with a quiet nature and a vivid imagination. Her world was small but rich in detail. The rustle of the trees on her walk home from school, the warmth of the sunlight on her hands, and the comforting silence that let her mind wander to distant lands and imagined adventures. She was not unhappy, but she often felt alone. Her mother worked long hours, and at school, she floated on the edges of conversations, never quite stepping in. Sophia had long accepted her solitude as part of who she was. Then came the day that changed everything. It was late afternoon, and the sun was beginning to dip behind the rooftops, casting golden light through the budding leaves. Sophia was walking past the local park when she heard it. A faint, irregular whimper, barely louder than the whispering wind, stopped her in her tracks. She turned her head, frowning slightly, and followed the sound. There, beneath a weathered wooden bench, half hidden in the shadow, lay a small creature. She crouched down, pressing her palms to the cool earth. A puppy, frail, filthy, and shivering, stared back at her with wide, frightened eyes. His ribs showed through his matted fur. He didn't bark or move. He simply looked up at her, as if hoping silently that she might see him. Without hesitation, Sophia unwrapped the scarf from around her neck and lifted him gently into its folds. The dog offered no resistance. His body was light, too light, and limp with exhaustion. She pressed him close to her chest, feeling his faint heartbeat against her coat. When she arrived home, her mother's eyebrows arched in surprise. But as soon as she saw the tiny bundle, concern overtook annoyance. Sophia explained in hurried words, her voice trembling with emotion. Her mother sighed, but her resistance melted quickly. "He'll need care," she said, kneeling to touch the puppy's head. "And love. Can you promise that?" "I promise," Sophia whispered. They cleaned him up, fed him what little they could, and prepared a cozy nest from towels. The puppy, now named Lucky, slept deeply, curled like a comma in the corner of the room, his breathing steady and slow. In the days that followed, Sophia's life transformed. Her routine revolved around Lucky, feeding him, walking him, whispering secrets to him while he wagged his tail in response. She found a kind of joy she hadn't known was missing, and something curious happened. As she walked Lucky down the quiet streets, people began to stop and smile. Neighbors she had never spoken to before waved hello. Children approached, eager to pet the small dog. One of them, Anna, had a golden retriever named Max. She and Sophia began walking together, and soon they were meeting after school to play with their dogs and share stories. Sophia, once shy and distant, found herself laughing freely. The girl who had once lived in her own head now had a friend beside her and a loyal dog at her feet. By summer, Lucky was unrecognizable. Strong, playful, bursting with energy and affection. He followed Sophia everywhere, his eyes always on her, as if remembering the moment she first saw him beneath that park bench. And Sophia had changed too. She had opened up, found her voice, and discovered how kindness, even a simple act like helping a helpless animal, could ripple outward and change everything. Because sometimes the smallest sound, a faint whimper on a quiet day, can lead you to something that fills your heart more than you ever expected.